And we are live again. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to First Play, the show where me, Shelby, Josh, and Mike play the game for the first time, try to figure out the rules, not bang our head on the corner of the table, and you guys get to watch us from home. All right. So we're playing Newton. Oh yeah, there's Bandit running around in here somewhere. Hi, Bandit. He's kind of a short Chihuahua thing, so you're not gonna be able to see him too well. But anyway, I believe this is its full height right now. Yeah, first place. So we're playing Newton by CMoN. Hi, buddy. Mike. We already did the setup, which looked a little involved, but nothing too catastrophic, I don't think. So.
There's lots of fiddly things. You
It's
have to lots
nice
of little
because all the
tokens
pieces that have to be randomly put out have a special
symbol, so you know where they
them,
go.
so
Shape is even better.
So there, in some cases, there were multiple tokens of which you picked 5 or 6 of and put them out, put the rest back in the box. So replayability will be randomized.
Gotcha. So we're not playing with everything that's in the box here.
So that's a good thing.
Per game. Okay, so Mike.
So how to play?
So we're inventors, trying to invent stuff. That's all I know so far.
Yeah, it's loosely themed. There is a theme to the game and its layout and such and so forth. But during the play of the game, there's nothing that says you have to be Newton oriented or anything of that nature. So,
right.
But anyway, how to play? The game's played over 6 rounds, each of which is divided into 2 phases: the action phase, the end round phase. In the action phase, players place cards on their desk. These cards, these little cards, everybody has a set of cards that are pretty much identical. The small ones are your action cards. On the desk, on the study board, in order to perform various actions. At the end of the round, they have to move one of the cards they have played under their desk. It basically gets slipped under the desk based on the round, so that the symbol shows. Okay. This card can no longer be played, but the symbol on it will increase the value of that action when it's performed later in the game. You receive victory points as an immediate bonus, as income during the game, or from objective tiles and master cards, which are the big cards that are secret to each player, at the end of the game. At the end, the player with the most victory points wins. So, the action phase, which is where pretty much everything happens. During the action phase, you play one turn after another clockwise action. John is the first player, randomly determined. He has the green apple. Mm-hmm. On their turn, each player must play one action card from their hand onto their desk, thusly. Okay. Starting at the left and moving to the right. And they may, if they wish, perform any number of quick actions, discussed later. Yeah. Every action card has a basic action symbol in the lower half and may or may not have a special effect symbol in the upper half.
Okay.
To play an action card, take it in your hand, place it on your desk, first available space, then perform the basic action and apply the special effect if there is one. If you wish, you can decide not to perform the basic action and or not to apply the special effect, but you must play the card.
Okay.
You can perform a card's basic action, apply its special effect, perform quick actions in the order that you wish. The value of a basic action is the same as the total number of symbols of that same particular action that are visible on your desk, including the one that you just played. Important, you can always choose to perform a basic action at a lower value than the total number of symbols. So we're going to describe the basic actions, of which you have 6 cards. So the right angle square with a marker is a work action. I'm going to tell you what the 6 actions are and then I'll go back. The cog looking symbol is technology. The compass is travel. The graduate cap thing, whatever you call those things, is lessons.
Okay.
The book is study. Mm-hmm. And the other one is a joker.
I figured that much.
Because it's got the little joker hat. So, those are the 6 different cards you have, but there's 5 basic actions. So the work action is move your master on the work track by the number of spaces equal or inferior to the value of the action, receive a number of coins equal to the value of the action. So that's how you get coins.
Okay.
Work is coins. If you've already reached the last space on the work track, you can still perform the work action to receive coins without moving your marker. In order to activate the effects of a special space, your marker must end its movement on that exact space. And then you activate that. So if you were sitting here and you had a value of 2, you can go 1, add an option and land there and take that instead of the coin or whatever the special actions are. In order to finish your movement on one of the special space applied effects, you choose to move your marker by a value which is lower than the total number of symbols. You can only receive a number of coins equal to the number of moves that your marker makes. You must meet, in order to move your marker onto the objective space at the end of the track, you must meet the requirement depicted next to it.
3 green books, 1 blue book.
So whatever
that is.
Okay. The technology action is move one of your students, which are sitting down here, forward on the technology track by a number of spaces equal or inferior to the value of the action.
Not eating. Nobody's eating.
Okay, so it starts in one spot, but then it splits. Okay, just so you know, it branches and goes places.
Yeah. Technology tracks.
Technology tracks. They split. You have different options and they go in different directions. So when you move your student from the starting space and each time you find yourself at a fork in the road, you'll have to choose which path to take. The 6 final spaces on the track are marked with the highlighted symbol.
I see that.
Your students can only move forwards, they cannot turn back.
No changing majors at this school.
Whoop, to get that, and that's
it.
That's it. You cannot move more than 1 student in the same action. If you do not have any students on the track or on the starting space, you cannot perform it.
I guess you have more students.
Yeah, but there's going to be an action of some sort to put one out. I'm sure we haven't got to it yet.
No, it's fine then.
So if you don't have a student on the track, or the student you do have on the track has reached an end spot, you get no technology action.
Okay.
When your student passes over a bonus token, you take it.
Okay.
So the first one to it grabs it and activate its effect. In order to activate the effects of a special space, must end the movement exactly on the space.
So these are the bonus tokens and these are the actions?
Yes.
Okay.
So the actions you don't take, the bonus tokens.
Yeah. These you get, those you have to land on.
Pass over these and you must land on the large ones. In order to move your student into the objective space at the end of the 4 paths, these are objectives, you must meet the requirement depicted next to it. There cannot be more than 1 student of the same color on the last space of a path. You have 4 students, so you can only send 1 up the path to each, is what it's saying. There's no limit to the number of students that can occupy the same path, though. There can only be 1 to reach the objective.
So you might get beat to it.
Well,
Well, no, each of us can have 1 on the objective space, just
right.
not.
Let's just say me and you're going on the same path. If I get there first,
I can still put mine there. We just can have
you
matching
cannot
colors
have
there.
a second student go to the same
Right,
path.
so I can't have 2
He can
of mine.
finish the path. Yeah. You can put 2 on the path,
understood,
but only 1 can finish.
Understood. I don't know why you want to put 2 on the path, but we'll find out. Yeah, we'll find out. All right.
If you determine that you want to land on this and get that bonus twice, you send 2 students that way. I mean, okay, so travel, the compass. You move your scientists, which are these up here, along routes on the map by a number of spaces equal or inferior to the value of the action. Each time you move your scientist along a route which has a cost to be paid in coins, you must first pay the number of coins indicated.
-1, -1, -3.
When your scientist passes over a bonus token, take it and activate its effect. If your scientist finishes its movement on a city, university, ancient land, objective, or master space, take a travel cube from your study board and place it on that space. You must take travel cubes from your study from the top to bottom, from right to left.
Right.
When you place your 9th, 10th, and 11th and 12th travel cubes, you immediately receive victory points. So those bottom 4 are placed last. Rit, 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 rit.
Oh, okay.
So you see how the last 4, you get victory points when you use them. There cannot be more than 1 travel cube of each color in the same space. There's no limit to the number of scientists which can occupy the same space. In order to move your objective into, or your scientist into the objective space, you must meet the requirement depicted next to it.
All right.
I see no travel restriction to moving backwards with the on that board. You can move all over the place and hit stuff because you're going to want to do that.
The coin.
It costs a certain amount to go down that path.
Now I have 2 coins, huh?
Okay, lessons. Lessons in. If you play a lesson action, take 1 of the available action cards with a value or inferior to the value of the action played and add it to your hand.
Okay, so you can't get stack 3 unless you have 3.
Yeah, so whoever has the study starts out when they play their study card has a value of 2. Anybody start with the study?
Nope.
Oh, so that's the one they left off, so there's no advantage to taking cards initially. Unless you play until the second turn if you've placed. Anyway, take 1 of the available action cards. Okay, you can play it from starting the next turn. It puts it in your hand, makes it available to be played. Don't replace the card you have taken. Action cards will be replaced during the end round phase. The value of an action card corresponds to the number of lessons symbols shown on the back of the card.
Yeah,
Important. As you have to place an action card under your study board at the end of every round, the end round phase, it is extremely important to get new action cards to avoid not having any cards to play later in the game. Because if you take the one and only symbol of that, you will never take that action again unless you've got a replacement version.
Fair enough.
That's fairly obvious. So it's kind of anticipatory that you only have 1 available to start with.
So in order to get that card,
if you play that card and you're anticipating putting this book underneath here for me, if I wanted to double up on books, I'd better take another book or I'm not even going to get that book as an action. Because I won't have a card in my hand until I play another study card to get one.
Okay, so when you place them over here, that's when you do the actions. But don't they go over here after they
are going to end up like this. Okay, you're going to end up playing 5 of them in the first round.
Right.
And you're going to take 1 of them, not from your hand. And if I took this 1, because I played it, and put it here, I will not have this action available in the next round unless I've gotten a replacement with that symbol.
So whenever you're going to play this round, you better start fetching.
So that's that's their little important comment here. You can, if you're not careful, take away actions that you can never produce again until you find. I guess the one that if you bury the study card and you never get a replacement study card, which there are some, but I'm just saying, if you didn't get a replacement, you'll never do the study action again.
And that's
how you get the cards.
Yeah, I'm a little puzzled by are there some double study cards or something? Because it seems like every time you're going to get one, you're losing one. So
well, not necessarily.
No, you're going to pick up all. You're going to pick up all these in your hand at the end of the round, and there's 6 complete turns. And if you bury one of them, you're going to have a +1 to the next time you play one. So you'll take 2. You can go up to the 2 level.
So always have a study available.
Always have 1 of each available. What you have, that's what the Joker's for.
Yeah.
The Joker. That's why there's a Joker card. So theoretically, you won't completely mess yourself up. You'll just have to burn your Joker for the missing function you want to, or if you want to do a function twice.
Okay.
And it does no good to put a Joker card down here, I'm assuming, because it's these actual symbols they're counting as. Yeah. So anyway, lessons. So that you cannot take more than 1 card in the same action. That is, you cannot split the value between cards. In other words, you had a 2, you can't take 2 1s.
You got to take a 2.
Or a 2 or a 1.
Yeah.
You can take the lesser value.
Gotcha.
If you do not have any action cards in your hand when it is your turn, you cannot perform basic actions. And since you'll be losing one every round, you're going to have to do some studying. That was kind of their point. or some lessons, excuse me. Study is a different function. That's lessons.
Study was over here.
Study is the book.
That's technology down there.
Take one of your bookshelf.
Travel.
That's okay. Studying is here. Those are lessons.
Lessons.
This is study. Yeah.
Okay.
Why do I have a feeling that after all this complicated stuff that the game's gonna go super
We're doing
fast?
4
years
of
does.
college.
Once you understand the
Iconography.
iconography and the flow, it's what I've heard is it goes really quick.
Okay.
Find out.
So this is your
The
study.
90-minute time on this is actually just reading the rule book.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it's the first play.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna. So this
I
is your.
expect mess ups.
This is your study.
For sure.
So when you take the study action, take one of your bookshelf tiles and place it on your study board in a book space of your choice on a shelf of equal value or inferior to the value of the action. Please note, and this is something that I found out about, is this lower left-hand one here in the 3x2 row is actually a book already.
Okay.
They did not issue an extra token to put there. It's already been done by the picture. It's a book that exists already.
Okay.
So don't cover it up again.
Oh, I see it now. Okay, all right. Okay.
It's considered one of these tiles already.
Sure.
Everybody has a starting pile of books. You're a beginning
They're
student.
in different spots, but yeah.
Well, they're in the lower left.
That's fine.
Just this one.
Yours happens to be in the first column. Mine's in the second. Hers is in the.
They're all in the same spot.
Oh. Yeah, they're all in the same spot.
Oh, okay.
They're in the 3x2 row. Victory point rows. 3 this way, 2 this. Okay. So the bookshelf on your study board is composed of book spaces distributed over 3 shelves on a horizontal line, each of which has a different value, 1, 2, or 3 study symbols down the left-hand board.
Okay.
So that corresponds to the count of your.
Yeah. Okay.
So initially, when I play one of these cards, because I started with the study symbol, I can go to row 2.
Row 2. Yep.
Each book space shows a requirement.
Everything is a dinner table.
Yeah, things we're eating up here and we're not sharing.
Each book space shows a requirement. See below. Spaces on the bookshelf showing a window pane divide the rows and columns of book spaces. Yeah, window panes. Okay.
And those are dead spots, right? Is that what I'm saying?
The bookshelf tile printed in the bottom left-hand corner is considered already placed. When all the adjacent book spaces in a row or column have been filled, you have made a scientific discovery and can receive its income in victory points according to the number indicated by the arrow. At the bottom of the bookshelf, there are 5 spaces for income or medicine income tiles. Be careful over the standard income and the medicine income. It has the partial caduceus on and the side of the tile, and it's a value of 1 instead of 2. So that's what the difference between the income tile and the medicine income tile. So the requirement.
I
see below. In order to place a bookshelf tile, you must meet the requirements shown in the book space where you want a placement.
So it looks like I need to go research stuff at Stone Age or whatever in order to place something here.
I'm assuming you also have to have 2 books.
In order to place a bookshelf tile and to be able to activate the objective tiles, you must meet the requirements shown in either volumes, university, or ancient land in the book or objective space. In order to meet a university or ancient land requirement, you must have visited the university or ancient land shown on the space. One of your travel cues must be on the space. In order to meet a volumes requirement, you must have those volumes available, as in on the top of a card.
Right.
Okay.
They must be available.
Yeah. There is no volume chits.
So,
there? No, they're already the books on the cards. There's nothing else. So you're
it
going
must be
after
visible
that.
on your desk. or on a MasterCard that you have played.
That I have played. I still don't know how this is played, but that's okay.
Yeah, well, we'll get to those in a second.
Yep.
But anyway, you can use any available volume to meet different requirements during the same round.
Roger.
Whenever you have to meet a requirement during the study action or activate an objective tile, you can spend potion tokens in order to meet their requirement more easily in the following ways. You can spend 1 potion token in place of 1 volume.
Yeah,
which
potion tokens place of a volume? Is that what I heard?
You can spend a potion token in place of 1 volume, which is required by a book space or by an objective tile. So you can use them. Excuse me. You can replace multiple volumes by spending 1 potion for each. You can spend 3 potion tokens in place of 1 university or ancient land that is required.
Oh, that's what this little reference was.
That's what this reference here is on the back, yeah. Okay. You cannot place more than 1 bookshelf tile in the same action. You can't split the value, yes. If you complete a row or column of book spaces, you receive its income and victory points according to the number indicated by the arrow on that row or column.
Hiba?
Yeah, that's pretty
Depending on how you fill up your bookshelf, you're
Sure.
So
But for example, if I did this one first, I would get 2. But if then I complete this one, I would get 4.
yeah,
This counts twice, right?
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so I can't place a bookshelf there until I have a blue book.
Right.
So the top rows obviously have issues.
They need books.
They need, or visits to,
I mean, all of them have issues.
on the top row.
Yeah.
Well, some issue of some sort, yes. Wow.
But you can actually get them right away if you just travel to
Yeah, I
Bologna
mean,
or Paris.
And you can decide where it goes. So you could, if I wanted to go to Bologna, I would go to Bologna, get all important intelligence, and drop my book here. On the other hand, I could just try to acquire this book by getting the study right there. It's right there, right?
Or you may have it in your hand. I don't know what
Well,
colors
you
you
gotta
start
relay
with.
it, though.
That's right. It has to be up here.
You get to
No.
decide.
Oh,
It
I
has to
see.
be
Yeah,
visible
some
on
of,
your
I
desktop.
wonder
some of
what-
these.
I
You're
placed
right.
this. I can now put a book in it, but it doesn't match my.
Yep. I forgot.
It has to be on the It has to be on the desktop. That's why you're going to get additional ones that have multi books and things like that. So you play it, and then you can put tokens. So anyway, all right. So
It's all coming back to me now.
yeah, quick actions that we talked about before, where you can have whatever quick actions. Turn over 2 action cards from a deck. Cost you 1 gold.
What's an action card?
These are the quick actions on this little chart. Those.
Just to
Turn over 2 action cards from a deck. Cost 1 coin. Repeatable. Spend 1 coin. Draw the first 2 action cards from a deck of your choice. Place them face up next to the relative deck, so you can put more options on there.
You don't get them.
Well, if somebody's burned off the 3 and we don't get them replaced until the end of the round, you want to get one, you have to pay a coin to put more out.
Or if you don't like what's available, you can get 2 more thrown out there to see what's.
Yeah, it's just I was thinking you spend the coin, but somebody else.
Okay,
gets
so that's
the
a quick
benefit,
action.
right?
Quick actions also is buy a potion
Okay, that's useful.
token, cost 3, repeatable.
3 coins. Okay.
Enroll a new student. Here is 5 coins, repeatable. Increase the value of a basic action, cost 2 coins, only once per turn. So apparently you can increase the value.
Yeah, by 1.
By 1.
For 2 coins.
For
Repeatable.
2 coins. No.
No.
Once per turn.
So repeatable is buy potion, draw cards.
Everything except that
Enroll a
1.
student.
Okay. You can, if you have 10 coins, you can buy 2 students. This quick action can only be applied, talking about the increase of the basic action, only be applied once per turn, can only increase the value of a basic action that you are performing thanks to an action card. You cannot pay 4 coins to increase it by 2, nor is it possible to increase the value of a basic action being formed by an invention tile that grants you 1, or a master card that grants you 1.
All right.
Only can spend 2 coins to increase these.
Okay.
End round
So we're
phase.
halfway through.
Well, yeah, I just want to make sure that the jokers counted as 1 because they had a joker example. It does count as that simple temporarily.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a 0. I get to take the action, but it's a 0 value. No,
So
it counts as 1. The Joker is imitating that face for temporarily. The action phase ends when all players have played 5 turns. As shown by the player's desk will be filled with action cards. The end round phase can be played simultaneously by all players to speed up gameplay.
Yeah, we'll get
Each player must choose one of the action cards they have played and place it under their study board in corresponding with the first column of free drawers from the left of the desk. Special effects can no longer be used. So if you put a book underneath, it's gone. Next, all players take the rest of the cards they have played back in their hands. All players then receive all active income from the bookshelf on their study boards.
The income, you're placing income tokens.
We are? I don't see any income tokens.
I guess when you collect these guys, they go in squares.
Yeah.
It looks like income can be currency, potions, or
it's not end game, it's end of round. All the active income. Okay, so yes, those spaces can be a potion or an income. To show the examples
And
of
how do we
placing them.
obtain those? By doing student.
If you move students and land there. I'm not sure how we earn those ones.
So all the available action cards facing up in each line are put back in at the bottom of the relative deck. So we're cycling these. All available action cards facing up in each line are put back in the bottom of the relative deck. Draw 3 new cards from each deck. These cards are limited. If you don't have enough cards to fill a line, just leave the line uncompleted. So if you receive victory parts, move your thing, blah, blah. The first player token passes to the next player. End of game, by the way, ends after the end round phase of the 6th round. Number of rounds played. Each player receives victory points for the objective spaces occupied by a piece of their color. You receive victory points. Also receive victory points shown on the master cards that they have played. The person with the most points wins. So otherwise, as you get a victory point, you are chalking it up on the board, except for the objective tokens and the master cards. By the way, if you get 40 points or less, you're illiterate.
Okay.
I just thought there's a little one. That's one player scoring, but I mean, yeah.
So maybe
All
I
right.
missed it. How do we play MasterCards?
Okay, master cards are done.
Oh, I see.
There
There's
are
one
spaces.
Oh, so every time I travel between...
It is a space, but this is a space at an end. So once your student reaches there, he's going nowhere else.
And they just give you...
And in this, you stop on them, and you get to place a master card. You get to play a master card. So
What the... Where's this at?
I knew that, but I didn't see anything that said anything about it. That's why.
So there's a chance to get through the tech. There's a chance to get through the
Action phase, player setup, how to play.
That's the work track up there. Right. This is the travel.
Okay, so we
Travel
have,
is the only one you can do multiple times.
There is
expensive.
descriptions of every card that's available and what it does and every objective.
Yeah, I'd like to see that if I get a chance.
So, objective tiles receive victory points at the end of the game by meeting the conditions. We know where those are. In order to activate, must meet the requirements of having the 4 volumes shown next to the space. You activate that objective in the game, you'll receive victory points. Okay, so where's the thing it says? Okay, income tiles give you a bonus. 2 victory points, 2 coins, 1 potion token. That's what these are. They're coins, victory points, depending on which one you grab. The medicine income tile gives you 1 or 3. Apparently there's a 3 on the backside.
Okay.
I'm going to guess. If you flip it over, you might see that. Depending on the number of cities showing the medicine symbol you have visited. Aha. So there must be cities with medicine symbols on it, possibly out there somewhere.
Marseille?
And
When you take an income tile,
Can't read
as
it
an
somewhere
effect,
now.
as an effect,
Bograd?
as an effect of a specialization tile, place it in a free income space on your bookshelf. Aha. So that's these things. When you land on them, you get one of these. Like that's the potion one.
So these don't go anywhere.
No.
No. The circles go.
When you
away.
land on them, the circles go away, but the squares go. So when you land on them, of course, that's again the end of the track.
Yeah.
You get one of these, and you get to place it on one of the empty spaces on your bookshelf. If all 5 of the income spaces on your bookshelf are already full, you can substitute one that you placed earlier in the game. When and only if one of your students on the technology track or your marker on the work track finishes their movement on a specialization tile.
Where's it these guys?
Take the corresponding tile, the shown income or development tile, place it on your study board. A tile with the question mark symbol indicates a tile of the kind of your choice. Once chosen, it cannot be changed. So specialization tiles, you're taking either one of those or one of these. They're specializations. Gain a bonus.
Okay.
Oh, so there's double spaces here. If you want to add a symbol, you're using up a double space, and it's no longer an income capable.
Symbol, you mean?
These guys right here.
You take these, take up 2 spaces.
Oh, see, I thought they went here.
Yeah, I thought they went on the drawers.
Yeah, I mean, that makes more sense.
Oh, yep. Okay, you're right. Development tiles are added to the basic action tile shown on the card. You need them to increase the value of that action every time you perform it.
Yeah, so it's
Place it on one of the free drawer spaces. If all 5 drawers are already full, you can substitute. There's only 5. Apparently, there's only 5.
Because I see 2 rows. Just
Yeah, me too. But
I think it's saying if you get all 5 of these here and you fill this up, but you don't have one that matches
can
down
only-
here,
yeah,
you
the
can
top is
substitute.
part of-
Because this will go
You
here.
So
only
you
get
can
to
fill
you
the
only
bottom.
get to do the bottom ones.
Yeah, that makes sense because the card goes on the top.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
So like if you, like you were saying earlier, if you burn whatever you have down here originally and you don't take another one, then when you go to play, you will have that tile to show up to go down there.
Yeah, that makes sense. So really, you're only getting 4 upgrades.
So keep your tokens when you take them. Just, I don't know, it says keep them, but whatever. The little round ones.
Well, yeah, because
Grab
you
them.
get, I guess
Well, yeah,
you
you're
get
probably
bonuses.
gonna
You get that bonus immediately.
Yeah.
Oh.
Immediate bonus to the first
But
player
they
manages
might count
to
for
take
victory points at the end of the
Yeah,
game. Or
or
hard to say.
something.
Yeah, who knows? Doesn't say anything per se.
Look, it said keep them. I'll keep them.
Okay,
Yeah.
so invention tiles have, and there's a description of every one of them. Now, we haven't put them all out. There's only certain ones. But, for instance, this one right here, receive 2 victory points and perform a technology basic action
Yeah.
of value 1 for each ancient land you have completed.
Oh. Okay.
You have visited, in other words.
Yeah.
For every
So that would allow
So
your
you-
other students
so
to
you
move if you landed on them.
interrelate between that to that. Yeah. So this one is receive a victory point and perform a work basic action of value 1 for each completed row or column in your bookshelf.
Okay.
So we can probably figure out what these are. That one
2
over
victory
there
points
is 2
per
victory
land.
points for every university you have visited.
What's universal?
That one over
These
there.
are the universities.
This one up here with the receive 2 victory points and perform a lessons basic action of 3. Receive 1 potion token and perform a travel basic action value of 3. Important. All basic actions which are played as an effect of an invention tile must be of a value equal or inferior to that indicated on the tile. You cannot increase the action's value by spending 2 coins. City tiles. There are city tiles. City tiles give you an immediate bonus when you place a travel cube on the tile at the end of your scientist's movement or is an effect of a master card. When and only if you place a travel cube, immediately receive the bonus shown. Oh, so the one that says -2 coins and place a travel cube on a university or ancient land of your choice. Are there ones out there that show a -2 coins with an arrow? That's what that means. So keeps you from having to visit them. You can put a travel cube on something. Is the City of Medicine out there? Yes, it is. Okay, City of Medicine. If this is the first City of Medicine you have visited, take the Medicine income tile from the map and place it on one of your income spaces in your bookshelf with the 1 victory point side face up. If it is the second City of Medicine that you have visited, turn over the Medicine income tile on your bookshelf so 3 PV is facing up.
Okay.
Okay, I think that pretty much covered everything now, except for details on these things.
Yeah.
But those are probably somewhat self-explanatory. But it says they have a special power, give victory points at the end of the game. You can play them in 4 different ways. If one of your students finishes its movement on the master space at the end of the path of the technology track, if your marker finishes its movement on the master space on the work track, by placing a travel cube on the master space on the map, or by placing 9 bookshelf tiles.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So you're taking the. Yeah. All right. Fine.
So,
when you play a master card, place it next to your study board. If there's an immediate effect shown by the lightning symbol, perform an effect immediately. If the immediate effect is a basic action, you must perform the action using the value shown, or inferior value cannot add symbols. So yeah, gonna have to look at these things. Oh well,
do these give you a bonus immediately,
or they give you an effective? I see some of these are effects, and some of if they have the lightning symbol on it, the little lightning bolt symbol, that's an immediate effect.
Okay.
Everything else is an ongoing bonus. Or, and I see I see at least one of mine as a requirement for the bookshelf as its bonus. Yeah, it's one of those matches the symbols on the bookshelf.
Okay.
So that means I don't have to go trying to get them in a card, an action card. So, all right.
So
if you want to know what your guys do, there's a whole reference sheet for it.
I'm gonna get to that
these are very obvious.
I only have a question about one.
Yeah, one. I'm like, there's one that I'm like, okay.
These are very obvious.
So as the first player, do I let out all my actions?
No, you take one and we do
and
one.
I put it face down, or I put it face
you
up.
Play a card here and take that action.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's cool.
So I am going to.
And it's a value of 1 unless it matches the existing symbol you start with.
So put this down and go fetch. I will take. Let's do that carbon copy one over there. Yeah, I'll take that one. Thank you. So I just drew it. Could I potentially play it again this turn if I wanted to?
As your next card, yes.
Okay.
It goes into your hand along with the rest of your cards. It's an option.
Okay.
And then I pick all of them up and decide which one needs to go under here, or is it the last one that gets?
After we've got 5 cards there, the end of round is take one of those 5.
Take them from here. Okay.
Yes, not from your hand.
That's important to know.
Yeah.
So tell me if I'm doing this wrong, because
you've got the rule book.
I know I've got the rule book, but
so I can't tell you. I can't tell you. Which action are you taking?
So I'm going to take the travel action, and I've got one that's printed on my board, so I have a value of 2.
So travel is from there.
Right. So if I can move 1 here,
Yes.
right? Because there's no cost there, and I would leave a travel cube there.
If you end your movement there.
If I end my movement there. Okay.
These are pass over. These are end.
Okay. That is.
We count these spaces as we move.
Yes.
Okay. So you're going for the token, which gets picked up, and nobody else gets it, or do you want to stay there and put a travel cube on Paris? Or do you want to spend one to get to?
So if you spent your 2 movement, you would pass over the potion token.
You could go up towards the university.
Right, if I did that
and
way.
you would take the potion.
All right, yeah, let's do that then.
Okay. That's
so
a 1-2.
That's yours.
And you pass over. That's yours.
Drop your travel cube.
And I drop a travel cube, and so it's 1 victory point and 1 potion here. So victory points there. Okay.
Yeah, is right. What am I? I'm lessons. Oh, that's the students, I guess.
No, lessons was.
Oh no, lessons. Oh no, this is study. Never mind. This is study.
What was the gear again? That was
study is the bookshelves.
Yeah.
The gear is moving the students, right?
No.
The
study. The book is moving.
This is moving.
Okay, so I can't really do anything up top until I do something out here.
This is research, right?
No.
What?
Research is the book. Study.
No, study is the study. This is your study.
And it's the books. Yes.
Yeah.
That's work.
Work.
That's work, which is that track. Yeah, moving the students. I thought was technology, which was the gear.
Okay, so the gear is the students.
Is what
That's
I thought.
technology.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it's down there. Yeah, I see it in the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what I'm good at, huh?
But you have to pass over the round tokens to take them.
Okay.
That's what it is. One of your students passes over. That's interesting.
That is interesting.
They pass over a bonus token. So what happens when you land on one? That's kind of.
Oh, she did.
She passed over.
Yeah, that's what I said. She did. She passed over.
So you actually take it.
So what happens when I land on these? I earn a coin?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it for each space I go through, or is it just for
receive a number of coins equal to the value of the action? Or is it actually how many spaces you move?
Okay, then.
Yeah, so
you can go lesser because if you
I'm gonna go 1, 2 and get 2 coins, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I like money.
Yes, money is very useful. I see that potentially. Right. Okay. So. That's the study. I can't do anything with the damn study because I don't have any of the requirements. There is that, isn't there? Okay, so.
Can I see the rule book? Too many freaking.
Well, once you get used to what they are.
Once I get used to it. In the meantime.
So. Okay, so travel is the compass, right?
Yeah.
Travel value of 1.
Okay.
Marseille, take one of these. Place it there.
Me?
Yep.
I think we're gonna edumagate our guys. So move me on that middle track up 1 and 2.
Is that right?
1 and
It says pass over, so I guess so.
1 and 2.
Yeah, 1, 2.
Oh. Okay.
You didn't.
I didn't realize that was a first. That's cool. That's good. That's fine. Okay.
That's where you're going?
Yeah, and this is just a victory point, right?
It is. Immediately.
Yeah. On the track.
Okay.
Okay. I will move my work for 1 coin, please.
Okay, now I see.
go ahead and move. I'm gonna head.
That's these guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you put one of these books, it can be anywhere. On the first track, if you play a value of 1, on the second track, it doesn't have to be sequential.
Anywhere that if you
do
have
meet the you
can put one there.
Right, that makes sense.
If you have a value of 1
right.
in
so if I were to do this right now, I could take one of these. Does it matter what stack I take?
Those are upside down, by the way.
Does it matter what stack I take them from? Because it seems like
when
there's
you
something
when you reveal,
you get that.
See, it's an instant potion. It tells you alongside what you get when you pull the. So apparently, you have to do them from top down. Apparently,
yeah. I wonder if those are different.
Because it says when you remove the 9th one, you get a MasterCard.
Okay, so I got to start up here.
So you got to start there in your first.
Perfect. Okay, so fine. So I played a study action, and I have the requirement to cover up this space. Yes.
Right.
Okay, I'll play the technology and I'll move my student.
Technology.
My student. I'm gonna go on that track and take that.
To the victory for Shelby. So I'm also going to study, and I'm on the university that I visited, so I get to put one of my guys there.
Okay, I'm going to go here, take an instant value of 1 coin, value of 2, and grab this one.
All right, that made it easier for me to figure out what I was going to do next. So I'm going to once again. Interesting. So they have to be taken from here and put underneath. Okay, that's fine.
One of them will have to.
One of them will have to. Okay, so I will do this. Grab value 2. I will take this one over here. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do my book. Cover up this green one.
Another lesson.
Oh, interesting.
Indeed, sir.
Yes, I just noticed that. So, we're going to call this a hat.
Yep. That is interesting, actually, now that you mention it, because what does that do? That I spend the potion. No, on hat 3, I spend the potion.
For 1 potion, you can earn a coin and 3 victory points.
And the other one is.
I'm not sure what that is.
Can I see it, please?
Yeah.
So I can figure out what it does. Oh, jeez. I can't figure out what this does. Is there a...
It looks like remove a book. Yeah.
Remove a book?
I don't know.
Where'd you get remove a book?
There's like a notebook thing at the end of that on the far right.
Would you know, Mike? Haven't looked.
What's that?
What this may be? I don't even know whether to look for those. And 3 coins.
What is this?
Yes.
Oh, it's a card.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's an immediate.
Apply the immediate special effect with a lightning symbol of an action card which has already been placed on your desk. Because that's what it looks like over here.
That one. An immediate special effect.
Your fingers covering up the description. It's
covering...
already. Oh, so if you so if you have any immediate actions, this one duplicates an immediate action on there.
But that's when you play it.
I took one.
Yeah, that's when you play it, right? Kind of situation.
Yeah, but you have no immediate actions.
This goes into my hand.
Yes.
I can use it later.
See, I have an immediate action that I played. If I took that card and put it here, I could duplicate this action.
Right.
Correct. I'm staging for next turn.
Yes,
yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, however, because the plan was to use the gesture to duplicate a book. No, a hat.
Yeah,
hat. So you could take that one.
So I could take this one, put it in my hand,
Right,
and use it next turn. That's what I was trying to do.
right.
So
That's
this
fine.
duplicates, yes.
Okay, so the free actions we can always do, right? So
Yeah.
I'm gonna place my hat, pay one, put more of these out so I can pick one of those. I'm gonna pick.
Yeah, what were the free actions again? Pay a coin
They're right
to do two. Yeah. Pay 2 coins to what's the second one?
Plus 1
increases to one of your things.
And increase the value
actions,
down below.
3 coins to buy a potion, and 5 coins to buy another stew.
Mineral stew, yeah.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Mm-hmm. You could say that.
Yeah, I just did.
Somebody gave this guy the clown award. All right.
Oh, yeah, that is a problem, isn't it? You do that.
For you, maybe. Not for me. Whose turn is it? Yours?
It's mine.
Okay, no,
I'm
that's fine.
debating on
You keep debating. I'm out of coffee, so I'll be back.
or making some more money.
Yeah, there is a interesting situation cropping up here. Let's see, which way do I want to do this? So that's.
Just want to figure out what this symbol means real quick.
So the book was lessons down here. That's what the book is, right? No, that's study. Arg. Technology. The technology wheel is the symbol down here, isn't it?
All right. I'm going to gesture myself into a travel. I'm going to pay a coin. I'm going to go through here. I'm going to do a cube there, and I'm going to get a victory point there.
Yeah. Okay. Yikes. All right, so I'm going to have to do that. So what action do I, what's minus a potion to get a victory point in the coin? No. I'm going to play another hat to gain 2 coins immediately and take this one.
Okay, so now we're at the end of the round, right?
End of round.
So we all collect our 5 and put 1 under.
Yeah, well,
if
you want to do end of round via the book, open up the book to end of round.
Oh.
You've got the rule book.
End round phase. Action phase in when all players have 5 turns. Blah blah blah. Simultaneously, while all players, each player must choose one of the action cards they have played and place it under their study board.
Okay.
In corresponds with the first column of free drawers from the left of the desk. The special effects of the cards under the desk no longer be used. Next, all players take the rest of the cards they have placed back into their hands. All players then receive all the active income from the bookshelf on their study boards. Mike and I are going to get victory points.
1 victory point for each of you.
Yep.
So you and I go up
Yep.
1.
All available action cards facing up in each line are put back in the bottom of the relative deck. And 3 new ones are put out.
Oh, hi, buddy.
The first player token is passed to the next player.
Apparently now we lost the surface.
And we go to round 2.
Okay, so
okay, good. You guys want?
well, we've finished the end of the round except for you. So you get to take one of those and stuff it under the first spot.
What was it that I was stuffing? It was so I could stuff that potentially, and but the one I was going to stuff was going to be
Yeah, that's what I want.
basic. Yep. And it goes underneath here.
The first one.
The first one. And then pick up these cards?
Yep.
I'll make sure I put the basic one that didn't have anything on it.
So I'm the first player now.
Yep.
I'm gonna play this. Take 2. I'm gonna take this one.
This is 1 victory point for what?
For each row and column you've completed.
Completed. Yeah. Not books you've put.
You get a free basic action for each row and column.
I'm looking at victory point, but is that the question? Not books filled, row and column completed.
Row and column completed.
Okay.
Which is virtually nothing at this point.
Well, correct. Yeah, it's 2.
I'm still trying to figure out how to even get that silly study going.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of an interesting situation.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out mine too, but I'm trying not to
think
waste
I'm
all
gonna-
my time.
Yeah.
On my turn to figure it out.
Well, I'm figuring out enough that I'm going to play some requirements and gain a coin.
Okay.
Then I might play some more requirements, and then we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, okay. So, yeah.
You done, Mike?
Yeah, yep. Yes, because you can't. I could buy a student. I don't need a student. I could buy a potion. A potion substitutes for a requirement. That's right. Okay. That's what. That was the. Yep. Okay. There we go. Okay.
I'm gonna put this down.
Got it now.
And pick up, can I have that far stuff? Yeah, that one.
So it's 3 potions. It was 3 potions to substitute for missing city, if I recall, or something of that nature. Something replaces it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Place. There.
Potions.
And you get 2
You can
gold.
spend 3 potions in place of 1 unit required by a book base. Yes. Okay, so 3 potions. You gotta have lots of potions.
I'm going to play that, so I'm going to go 1, 2, and 3, and do that. I collect 2 more coins.
So, if I want to, so I can take a quick action.
Okay.
I can spend
I don't know
3 to
what
buy a
you're
potion.
talking about.
What money? There's no money here. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think that I will play my hat, which is a coin, and it's a value of 2, and I'll take that one.
Okay, Mike's done.
Yeah.
We'll put this down for a book of value 2. I have the 2 green potions. I need to complete that, so I will put it right here.
Alright, let's do technology. Just one space. Nope, wrong one. It's the students.
Technology's down here.
Yeah, I just want to move it one space. No, not the potion, just one space that way. Yeah.
I'm going to copy my navigation or whatever it's called. I'm going to move 1, 2, my coin that I have to pay, then pay 2 more to immediately put one of these.
Can I see the rule looking at? Or do you want?
I don't know. I was thinking about which one I want. I think I'm going to go with it.
I was trying to help, but if you don't know yet, I can.
Sorry, yeah.
And then you passed over.
Yeah, I get 2 victory points immediately.
Passed over the.
I got the bonus thingy.
Bonus place it on something.
Yeah. Oh, and one of these goes there.
Let's see. So yeah, okay. Let's try something and see what happens, I guess. All right. So that should be okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to place study action, which gives me an instant coin. I'm going to I'm going to spend a potion for the missing blue book. Place that there. And then I'm going to buy another potion.
It's all right.
He's like, but Ma.
Right, I went up there too. You don't work as a lapdog. I'm sorry. You don't like it.
Okay, that took care of me.
Okay, that took care of you. That's cool. Alright, so that takes care of this. I'm not going to use that this turn. When I'm using this, I think. What's after? I can do the 2. 2. Sure, that looks interesting. 3 doesn't work, or 1. Okay, so I'm gonna play this. I have 2 graduation cats. It allows me to pick a 2, so we'll take that one. Yes, thank you very much.
So the gesture hat counts as 1, right? When you play it.
Oh yeah, victory point.
Counts as 1 of whatever symbol you're calling it.
Yeah, so if I'm calling this the graduation hat, I have 3, then technically, okay, cool. I want this.
I'm going to use my hat to take this one.
Okay, so then I would be able to. Yes, I would.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to place the travel action to gain a coin. I'm going to spend 2 coins to increase the value by 1 and move there.
I'm going to put this down, which moves me to Bologna. Putting a travel marker there, yes. And that's all it does, right? It just puts a travel marker there? Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to play my book and spend a potion to count as one of the orange books. I'm going to cover up one, which gives me a potion from emptying
when
this
you empty
square.
the space.
Yeah, so I'm just going to keep the one that I spent.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah, I'm using my book since I got 2 blue books now to fill that one out.
Wow. It's over to me. Yes.
Yep.
Travel compass, a value of 2. I gotta pay a gold and get me to the number 5.
Cambridge?
1, 2. Yeah. The
Nice.
Roman numeral 5, please.
Understood. Thanks. I will do another, whatever this is, up here, library action. I have the requirements. I went to Barcelona. So instead of doing a study of 3, I'm just going to do a study of 1 and complete this column, giving me 2 victory points. Am I correct?
Yeah.
So or is it I think it's in-game calculations.
I don't know.
And you get a potion. So what?
Is it?
I
Does it
think
get the
these
2
are
victory
It's
points?
the arrow determines
These are end-game add-ups.
So nothing now. Okay,
No,
perfect.
And then we go to end of round to clean up. So you pick one of your 5 to put under your board.
Yep. I think I know which one it's going to be. And how many rounds is this? 5?
6.
6.
Well, you're going to fill up 5 and take a 6th round. You're going to have 5 cards under here, and they're going to have 1 more round.
Okay.
So it's
So it is a
sort
quick
of.
game.
It is quick. Once you know what things do, it goes really quick. So we take all these back. I get a victory point. A victory point.
So does Josh.
And I get 2 more coins.
And what did you get a victory point for?
Because I have a tile here.
Active income.
Active income on the 5 spaces.
Apple Pass, we shuffle those. I think that's everything.
Okay, and so Josh is first player now.
Yeah. And I'm going to copy my travel card. I'm going to pick up coins and say hello to John.
That's nice.
3 coins.
I would have preferred if you didn't do that, but alright.
Sorry, running out of expenses.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to take a study action value 2, get a free coin, and it is an orange. So I get to place a book on the orange spot.
I'm going to do this. That is I'll take that potion into, that travel one over there. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm gonna do travel, spend 2 to increase it by 1, making it 3. 1, 2, 3. Hi guys.
Yeah, when I'm a student.
That it?
What is this over here? -2.
Okay,
you
so
can spend 2 coins to put one of your things on a university.
travel action of 2 with a coin. 1, 2 gains me a victory point and a gold. And a marker on that guy.
Okay, so I am going to travel. We'll go in this direction. Okay, and we're gonna spend a potion to get a victory point and 2 gold. Somebody move me a victory point.
Gotcha.
Okay. I will use this.
I'm going to boop and
I will advance on the technology track and increase it by 1. That's a victory point and 2 gold. Pays me back for doing it. Isn't that nice? I suppose.
Just 1 victory point.
1 victory point and 2 gold.
I will spend this to move, but only 1 because I want to end up in Istanbul. Spend 2, is it?
Yep.
Instant bull.
To put
Instant
a
bull.
travel
Instant
point
bull.
on stone.
It has to be a university.
It's a university.
That's an ancient
Yeah,
ruin.
the-
So I'm thinking of the wrong thing then.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so give me back my 2 gold. Hang on, I might still decide to move. So I want to go to Athens instead and just put a token there.
Okay.
I was under the impression this is the one. It's 2 gold.
that's-
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So it's the next stop. No problem. I was not completely off my mark, just slightly.
Okay, I'm
That
gonna
one go?
do book, which is gonna give me 2 golds. And I have a level of 2. I'm gonna spend this potion. I think. Yeah, this potion to place. This one. Okay. 2 golds.
Oh, why would I do that if I'm not going to do that? That's okay. Oops. All right.
Let's go to 2 more gold.
And again. All right. So I am going to Joker for travel value of 3, but I'm only going 2. And I paid 3 gold.
I didn't get my 2 back from
There.
the transaction because I started with 2. I acquired 2 when I did this. Yeah. It's like I'm short money. What's going on? You're done, Mike?
I am.
Okay, so you're okay, buddy. That does that. That does over there.
That doesn't.
That's the book. There's also the book, but I don't need that. So we're gonna do this one over here. Yeah, John, is that what you're doing? I wouldn't really need that, but that's what's happening if I want to do this one again. Okay, yep. So it is at this point a book value of 2, and I can't put it here. I can't put it there because I didn't go to Stone Age yet. So we're just gonna put it at a value of 1 right over yonder. Put that over there. Okay, you're up, Shelly.
Alright, I just want to move 1 down the little deedly track and.
So with this card, I understand that replicates a instant of a card that's been previously used. What does this do? It's like an X requirement or eliminates a bulk. I don't understand what.
Okay.
Apply the immediate special effect of an action card which has already been placed on your desk. I guess it doesn't count the books if you have a book on the same card as the instant action.
But sure, the instant action has to have a
Doesn't-
lightning, and the book does not
Yeah.
have a lightning.
Yeah.
You don't get any books. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
No books.
That's fine.
Counts as no books.
Yeah, sure. I get it.
I'm gonna go 1, 2, and 3. Earn 2 more coins, and I immediately get one of these cards. I'm taking this one.
Okay.
How about you put some?
Yeah, that's what I was about to do.
Somebody's hogging just all the gold.
4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Take 2 of those.
All right, over to me. So I will take a study action value 3.
You know, money doesn't substitute for intelligence, right? I mean, this is an invention
I have
game,
people
not
now.
Monopoly.
I can pay for people.
Yeah,
And
okay.
since value 3, and since I've been on the 6, I will put this on the 6.
Okay.
And that gives me a potion.
I will put this down, mirror the victory point for a victory point gain. And then, let's see here. Can I see the 2 cards available on the 3 stack? Because God knows I got...
One is pay 2 coins. You can move yourself anywhere that doesn't have a bonus token. That's a silver or gold border.
Bonus token...
If it doesn't have one of these, you can go there.
Silver or
silver
okay.
gold border.
Not so interested.
And then this one gives you 4 victory points when you play it for each set of 3 books you have. I was
for each
reading them
set
earlier.
of 3 books that I have.
Yeah.
Just set up 3.
Mostly useless. Well, not necessarily good. If you,
yeah,
I'm not sure if it's for
if you
the
had their
3s up
third
here,
blue book out, but
which makes sense to me.
I don't understand.
You
Like
receive
filled
4
in here.
victory points for each set of 3 identical volumes available to you on your desk and on the master cards you have played.
yeah. So you
You
combine
cannot use
how many
potions to replace
visible
volumes.
symbols
No.
Yeah.
plus.
So like if I
Still
had
better
30 and then played that, we get 4
Okay.
victory points.
And otherwise, that's -3 for what's that?
An additional book to put on your bookshelf.
What do you mean?
Pay 3 gold, put 1, fill 1 in.
Just fill one in.
Yep.
You still have to meet
Oh,
the
isn't
requirements,
that
right?
cute?
Spend 3 coins in order to place a second bookshelf tile in the same action.
A second bookshelf.
Yeah, because you get to do 1 for playing it.
Right, but you still gotta meet the
You still have to
requirements.
fulfill the requirements, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
The example is Alice performs a study action at a value of 3 playing this card. She can then place 2 bookshelf tiles on the first line, or 1 in the first and 1 in the second. So you can pay 3 to put a second bookshelf for the value that you played the card for.
That makes sense.
So, all right.
I'm done.
Oh, okay.
Okay, great. I have 3 movement, but I'm only gonna move 2. I'm gonna pay 2 gold for this to put a travel token on. I also put 1 on that, I guess. And then 3 gold for 5 victory points.
3 gold for 5 victory points.
Yep.
Where is that?
On
on
my
our card.
Oh, on the card. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's very useful. You got lots of gold.
That's everybody.
Mr. Moneybags over there.
Yep.
Well, he has to. He doesn't have that card.
Alright, so we have
All
to
right,
pick
so
a card from
Pick
here.
1 to put under.
So now, options. So we got a strategy in play, and we're gonna try to do it this time.
Strategy in play. Why would you have a strategy in
I don't know
play?
if it's gonna work. It was just a strategy.
Yeah, well, there is that, isn't there? Okay, so I need.
The fact that none of the cards I want are out there is a bit of a problem.
Oh, they're all going
They're all
away, and they're
shuffled
getting all
away.
new ones.
Oh, okay, cool. That's excellent,
And,
actually.
and the
To be
first player
fair,
tokens coming to
We
me.
need to complete this before we do that, so that way there's no knowledge being given. Because that could
yeah,
potentially.
make a difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I already did
I'll
it.
show you that one.
Yeah,
soon.
it's done in order, and that's the last thing.
And then Mike and I get another victory point each, and I get 2 more gold.
And I get the first player token.
Yep.
So
Okay, so what did we get out there that's worth anything?
Potion for a victory and a coin. Some books.
I can only go to level 2, but because I can't pay, so -2 for 3 victory points
yep.
and a work action.
I think this is you get a victory point for every green book you have beforehand. Yep.
Yeah. -2 coins for 3 victory points. Wow.
I think somebody needs to take that.
with somebody. You.
So somebody else doesn't get it.
Yeah, I agree.
That would be me.
All right.
Two coins, and I will definitely take that rascal.
Yeah, Shelby, God knows you don't need that on top of everything else. Or he did. Yeah, the gold hogs out here.
Hey, I got none left now. Okay.
Yeah. You and your gold engine, though, probably.
Gonna be a minute before I get more.
All right, so that's
We're
me.
gonna see what I can generate going on here.
So we're going to
Yes, it is.
travel for 2, ending up over here, spending 2 to get rid of having to travel all the way to Stone Age because we're not happy about that. And this is not victory points at all, right? Or
No. It's just
sure.
you need it to
You get
cover
another
up.
one over here too, John.
What do I get?
You can put another one of your things.
Cube on
Your
that
cubes.
city.
Oh, on the city
Yeah.
itself, yeah. I thought this had some influence for victory points at the end of the
might
game.
have.
Well,
Yeah,
you
or
need to
something.
spend all of these to get these victory points.
Oh, to
is
get
the
the
whole
that's
thing.
so there is
Yeah.
something there. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. I seem to recall something like that now.
Yeah, you got to travel a bunch to get down to the 8 victory points.
Okay.
And it's instant. When you hit it, you get them. It's not end of game
Okay.
because it has a lightning symbol on them.
Book on there. 2 golds, please. Thank you. That's me.
Yeah.
Josh, off to you.
I'm gonna do my jester hats. Copying the lessons thing. And take this one. Even though it's a low level, I'm still gonna take it.
Well, that's interesting. I think that's the play I have to do now.
So over to me. I'm going to take a study action to get an instant gold and put this on the 5 space, which I've got a thing on.
All right, you good?
Yeah.
Okay, so I am going to do the work action, which is a measly 1 for me, but that's 1 gold.
You get one more as an instant.
And as an instant, I get 1 more. That's correct.
I'll say,
Yeah. Is exactly right. Okay. I'll choose to travel for value 2 to there. Place another cube.
oh, there is a value to doing that, isn't there? Maybe. Interesting.
I like that I didn't travel to Stone Age. I've heard about Stone Age. I've done research on Stone Age. That makes me a qualified expert on Stone Age.
So that would be this one. Okay. So I might as well do that just to get there. So a study action, 3 orange books onto the 3 orange book department.
You know, I'm gonna join you in the library. I'm also gonna do a study action. But we're only gonna take 1 book and roll 1 instead of I can do roll 2, but no, that's good. I'm gonna put it 3 blue right over here. Get that going over there. Because we can.
All right. Now
So technically, even though I didn't visit Stone Age, I could have decided to put it here, right? Because I have a marker on there. You're up, Shelby.
Yes, I'm going to place the graduation hat value 2. I want this thing.
Okay.
Definite.
Yes.
I'm going to play this guy, move myself 2, get one of these, and then immediately remove this card from the game, earn 4 victory and 2 more gold.
4 victory, you said you
Yep,
are
I
blue?
am blue underneath, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4?
Yep.
You were
On
here,
5.
right? On 5? Okay.
1, 2, 3, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, this guy picked up.
Yep, yep.
Like so.
There, that was the
I don't see that makes any. So that would just be a gain of.
I'm doing
Are
this
these top functions are done multiple times potentially? Yes.
Yep. Oh no, it's a
Repeatable?
one time.
Oh, it is one time.
Yeah. It's repeatable as in you scoop it up and you can play it on your next round.
Okay, so I move 1, gain 1, and then spend 2
1.
to get 3 victory points.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
I'm feeling all lonesome here. So you know what? I'm gonna do another study action or library, whatever this is. I have 3 blue books. That is 4 victory points. Yeah.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, excellent. And then I want to put a book. I can go all the way up to 3, but I just want to put a book here, since Stone Age I've heard about. And complete this column here and get 4 coins. Yes, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that was my turn.
This will be interesting.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Okay, so I'm gonna use the slide rule thing. I have 2, so I move 2 on the track, get 2 gold. Please.
Oh, dude, everybody, could you train some of your 5?
still,
4?
still more gold
5.
over there.
There we go. Since I don't spend it like you guys do. Look at all the money that's coming in.
I'm not spending
Look at all the money that's. What are you going after? Do you have some kind of end game craziness? I mean, I gotta admit, I haven't even looked at these bloody cards.
I have, but they're not necessarily.
The best.
Well, there was a bunch of them that are requirements up here that I'm filling other ways, so
Sure.
they're mostly useless except for 1 card.
Gotcha.
Well, actually, 1 card is a wild card, so it could have been useful if I'd have played it right away.
Yeah, but getting
It's
a
got the
chance
question
to play
mark
it,
on it.
Yeah, but getting the chance to play it.
Yeah. So
yeah.
it would have been useful to have out early, but running to that
Yeah, I
spot.
can see where this guy is useful. It's just getting there.
I have a question mark thing that is a wild card.
Who's up?
Oh, it's me,
Shelby
sorry.
is.
No, she went.
Shelby went.
It's Josh. Yeah.
Oh,
I was
is
just
it Josh?
talking
Sorry,
about
okay.
cards and distracting everybody is what I was doing.
What's happening?
Well, I already pre-planned my.
Well, I mean, I was done in this turn. I was like, this is what I'm doing for the rest of the.
It's
1,
pretty
2,
simple if you
3,
have an objective in mind.
and a victory point.
Yeah,
please,
except I don't know
John.
what's that. A victory point
Or, sorry,
for
2. 2. Yep.
1, 2 victory points for blue, pulling up ahead. Roger Wilco.
Over to me.
Mm-hmm.
Technology track was a wild card. I can go 2, but I only want to go 1.
Okay.
Potion and a free value 3. Travel. 1, 2, 3. Which gives me an extra stew.
Okay.
And that gave me a potion, right?
Yes.
Oh, look at where Blue's going. What a bastard. Okay. Well.
Whatever.
That's a problem. Well, I just didn't realize where he was going, so it's a bit of a problem for me. That's going to be a ton of points for him. If he's already visited. No, he's only visited one, so depends how many.
Well, you can go to the same place.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I don't travel as fast as he does.
Well, whatever.
Alright, so we're going to place this one down. We're going to replicate this card. That's another 4 victory points for me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, and then we're going to do a card. I can do 3. 1, 2. No, I can only pick from 1 or 2. That's what I see on the board. Yes? Okay, so what's in column 2? A green book is worth a victory point. You don't say. And up there you have get rid of potions, which I have none, or a blue book. I think we'll go for a green book is worth a victory point. Thank you.
It's 1 for every green in your book when you play that card.
Yeah.
Okay.
I assumed as much.
Travel for 3, but I'm only going to do 1, technically 2. 1, 2, I pay 3, but then I gain 1 from that token, and I need a potion. And then I get to play one of these handy dandy things, which I'm going to choose to play Margaret Cavendish, which removes the top 2 tiles from here out of game. She's worth 6 victory points, and I get 4 gold for emptying that spot.
Special MasterCard out. Yay.
4.
Yeah, hit.
Alright, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to go and earn 2 more gold.
Good for you.
Money.
Money, money, money.
Money, 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 money.
Money, money, money.
Your turn, Mike.
That's it. No, that's it.
Alright.
So we're burying one. Who's gonna bury Reese? So I gotta plan this out. So I need both those actions. So okay.
Definitely not burying that one. Don't want to bury that one or that one. Don't want to bury you.
Feels like the one I gotta bury, unfortunately. That one.
And then I get 2 more gold. Like when I go on the advancement or the victory thingies.
And you did the cards?
Yep, Shelby did. And then pass the apple jar. Good to go.
I did. What the heck? Grab 2 of the
I think it's 2 of the ones that are not claimed that are still on the board.
Grab 2?
Yeah, that's what I think.
Double the effect of the bonus tokens that you collect performing the technology
double
action of this card.
So you want to play that?
So
right?
when you
Pass
here.
over one, you double it. Yeah. Okay, so that's not
Necessarily all that blue. Not necessarily.
okay. John's first.
I am, I'm not. Gonna go this one for 1 victory point. And go to Academy of 2. I'll take that travel for a potion fee. Yep, thank you.
I'm gonna do the slide rule track for 2, which will give me 3 gold.
Oh, sorry. 1, 2.
And give me 3 gold.
It gives you 1 gold, and
One,
you get one
and
of
then-
these, and this is at
Oh,
the
okay.
end of round.
Gotcha. Fine. All works for me.
Going over here does what? If you
You get one of these on your track.
and just
if
going
you-
over here, you
and
get
if
it.
you
Repeat
get,
it.
sorry, if you get both of them, it'll put you a 3 victory instead. The second one.
Not great end game, but oh well.
I'm gonna copy the hat, and I'm gonna take this guy.
Over to moi.
Mm-hmm.
Take a study action. And I've been to the 4, so I'm going to put that there, which gives me 4 gold. Somebody is bogarting all the gold pieces, but that's
The one
okay.
me.
Question: are we supposed to leave one of these on Basil?
Leave one of what?
One of
The,
these
well,
guys?
this is
No.
the
That was
the
starting
starting
spot.
point. That's what I
so I
thought.
don't think so, yeah. I think if we cross over it again,
That's my question, really. Is if
Yeah.
we cross over to the end of it.
Or to John.
because you're
One
supposed to put
second,
one
I'm
wherever
sort
you
of planning
stop.
out my
so.
actions here.
Yeah.
That's that. That's those.
Okay, so that would take care of that. And I have to work on
Alright, so I'm gonna do this. That's going to be moving 1 on the work track. Woohoo! I get 1 gold, is that what I
Yep.
get? Okay. Plus an instant. And that's it.
So yeah, if you land on it again, you can't go there. I don't know why you would, though. I don't think it matters.
I'm gonna place travel for 2, which is gonna cost me 3. Okay.
So I'm going to do this guy, which lets me move here. I can play a master thing in lobber. I also gain a coin. And I'm going to play this guy, who lets me immediately make a technology of 3, and I can ignore effects when I go in there.
Ignore effects.
I don't have to pay this. I can just ignore it and go in there. That's what my guy does.
That's what it says?
Yeah.
I have one of those as well.
If you reach an objective tile, ignore the requirements necessary to activate it.
Oh, nice. So over to moi.
Yep.
A study action, 3 gold.
That's mine, Shelby. It's mine.
Yours.
It's mine.
It's yours.
That's mine.
And I am going to pay 3 potions to ignore an ancient requirement and put that one there.
Okay. 2, 3, interestingly enough. Gonna put this one down. And go after that one book 1 that's got no, down there, all the way at the bottom. There you go. Thank you.
Got all the books.
Kind of have a lot of them, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna play my book, which I have level 2, and I have the 2 books to cover that, so I'm gonna cover it. And I get 2 gold for that.
We're out of change again, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Well,
5.
that's not me.
Don't worry, I'm about to fix it.
Right, it's like, don't worry, I'll spend some. And,
It's my turn, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna spend 5 and get myself enrolling another student in the workplace. And then I'm gonna go ahead and travel for 2. I'm gonna go 1, 2, and I can spend 2 coins to play a secondary of these guys as I go along.
I did not put
one there.
Oh, I haven't gone there yet. That's why I did.
And I'm gonna get this guy, which goes there.
I'm gonna go get a card. And I need to increase its capability by 1 to get it off the 3 row. And I get 2 back, which
I'm gonna put this down, which will get me. Let's see, can I do that? Yeah, probably. All right, so that's 2 blue. Put up 1 over here. Can't figure out how these stacks go sometimes. All right.
I'm going to travel. Have a value of 3, but I just want to move 1.
Go here.
Yep. I'm gonna put my little doodle-dad there, and then I'm gonna pay 3 for 5 more victory points. Because why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
She kicks them.
Oh, we're tied right now, but okay.
I'm gonna do that to move this guy this way, and 2 victory points, please, John.
Now who's taking the lead?
technology. A value of 2. And I double this effect, which puts both of these guys.
Nice.
Not that I care how many students I have in the 0 spot, but
We're enrolled. I didn't do anything, but we're enrolled.
yep.
All right.
I didn't do anything.
I have 3 green books, so that's 4 victory points. 1, 2,
Look,
3,
please,
4.
I want to double check the effect of this card, make sure
Alright,
it is
and
exactly what I
then
think it is.
put it somewhere. Put a book somewhere. I have the ability to go all the way down to row 3.
Okay.
And the requirements for this one. Where have I gone to? I've only gone here. I visited him. Okay, so I visited that.
Wow. Huh. That's interesting.
Okay, so that's fine. We'll put a book.
Well,
Right.
that's gonna beg a question, isn't it?
Alright, that was turn, I believe.
Okay,
Oh, sorry. Yes, I forgot
for
I'm the
you.
first player.
Yeah, you're first player. I'm gonna use the Jester to copy books, so I have level 3. I'm gonna cover up this square, which emptying that lets me play one of these. I'm gonna play this guy, which is a permanent 2 green books.
Yeah, I'm gonna play this guy, which is gonna let me discard that from the game to immediately gain 4 victory and 2 gold. I'm gonna move this guy just the 1 because I don't need the full 3.
Wrong one.
That's wrong, we're done.
I was the right one
That's
for
yellow
me.
then.
Yep.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep. I get 2 gold, but I'm only gonna take 1 because I'm gonna spend 1. This is gonna immediately give me a potion and let me move 3, which is why I'm gonna spend the gold. I'm going to go this way, 1, 2, and land there. Which lets me put one of these there, and then I can spend 2 gold to put another one.
All right, here it comes. Here it comes. This will be interesting. Gesture for tech. Move me 1 onto the master card. And play this master card here, which gives me a movement action of 3, travel action of 3, of which I can place a cube on every spot I hit.
Oh, nice.
However, I'm going to have to pay.
Gold as you go.
I'm here. 1, 2, 3, which means I have to pay 3. Which I'm going to kick the single victory point off, so I get a single victory point as I place.
You're red, right?
Nope.
I'm green. Green. And I'm there. And I get another MasterCard, which is going to be this one. That was useful.
Yep. I agree.
It was the effect of his MasterCard that did that. Is that what you were?
I was wondering if whether or not you can actually put them here.
The MasterCard. Check the MasterCard rules. That's how he was getting it.
Oh, yeah.
On every location I hit.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're locations.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think those are locations.
Understood. That makes sense.
Well, neither is the starting space that you played on.
Well, but it has a name.
It is locations.
It has a name. Like these ones have names.
The travel
See what it's saying.
says
It's just a matter of did you get that victory point or not.
Yeah.
if your scientist finishes its movement on a city, university, ancient land, objective, or map. Okay, it's an objective.
Oh.
No, wait. Yeah, it's objective. Yeah, there's objective spaces.
Yeah.
He's good.
So you can okay. All right.
That was just my question. I was like, can you put him there?
Oh, well then, so I was supposed to leave one then there when I stayed there one turn?
Probably.
Really?
So-
No, that seems okay.
Seems weird.
I mean, because
But
so for me, it would be one here, one here, one here, one here, one here.
no. When you stopped there,
Yeah.
I stopped there last turn.
Where did I stop?
I don't know. You
Well,
stopped
they-
here. I don't know.
This is the part where I go,
Yeah.
forget you
Yeah.
guys, okay?
Right?
Because I mean,
know.
Yeah, I had one too somewhere earlier too.
Yeah.
I mean, so you get it, nobody else gets it. You get what I'm getting at. I mean, I get his card.
Yeah.
That's what caused it to do it. But all right, whatever. Sure.
So we're burying one now.
That was
Fine, I'll
the,
take it back if.
was the
It
end
just
of the round.
it,
It's
I like.
fine. Yeah. No, it's totally cool. I get it.
I still think that doesn't make any sense to me, but that's just whatever.
Yeah.
And I want to bury.
All right, so now what the heck am I doing? I'm going last is what I'm doing. Except for kind of I gotta do this. I like that the thing I was the most strong at, I did not
Didn't
get
do.
to. No, I just did it once, I think.
Who? What do I want to bury is the question. Well, I don't
Yeah,
want
do
to.
it
I
this
don't
way.
want to bury these, so it's only a matter of this one or that one. I suppose.
So we did the burial, then we get to see what's there, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not
I'm
gonna
gonna
quite
go
plan
ahead-
out my action
I'm gonna
until
go
I
ahead
see
and
what's
do that
there.
and see
but-
what happens. Because really, it's only
What do you
these
do
two.
with potions?
These
3 potions, you get rid of that,
three that I'm
and this
going
allows you to
use
place
on
a book.
So it counts as one book, or you can pay 3 potions to count as one of the like.
But so as a book, I still
big
need to have the requirement,
Yeah, you still have to have the rest of them. So like if there's 3 blues,
so I can
you
just
have
decide to
have-
fill in a spot as long as I can meet the requirement.
Yeah, the rest of the book.
So that's interesting.
So getting in and out of that space costs you 6 gold. That's wild. So,
no, I don't want that.
so
I guess I don't want that.
You sure?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know what I want.
I don't know, but we're out of cards, are we? To draw out?
Not yet. I'm waiting. I was waiting until he buried that
buried.
one. And then...
Just wait for me to pick which one I want to get rid of.
this goes over.
As long as you pick from what you played, no cheating.
Yeah, not trying to.
So we're this is the
Watching.
last 3 of the level 2s,
Yeah.
and this is the last round.
Yeah, so it doesn't.
Last 3, the level 2.
Anything of absolute necessity? Of course not, unless it gives you victory points. Oh, for every orange book. No. I don't see anything I can get, but never know.
Yeah, hard to say until.
Hard to
figure out
say
all
for
you're gonna
sure.
Okay.
-3 gives you +1. Oh, counter. I see. Well, that's not going to help me any, I don't think. Taking only 1 counter off it is not going to change my destiny. So Shelby goes first.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay.
So what is this? This going to cost? Well,
Start with.
Oh, and would you move me 4 more on the victory? I forgot about that. And I get 2 coins. And I think Mike
Oh,
gets
and I
1
get
more on the
one.
victory.
Start with book, which lets me cover up the 2 greens because I had that and it's level 2, and 2 golds. Thank you.
Did you move me 4, John?
I did move you 4. Oh, I moved me again 4.
That's what I was asking.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I'm happy with. I'm happy with you being behind me.
I was like, wait a minute.
he keeps doing that.
I know. I'm giving him some leeway because he's colorblind.
No, I can see those 2 colors. That's not the issue. I'm lost in my thought and have to worry about you.
All right.
I don't think I'm going to get 5 of those, so that's only 2 of those, so I'm going to do that. Okay. So that's a necessity.
All right. Let's collect a card to start with.
I could do. That's not going to get me anything.
I think I've laid out my final turn. We'll see what happens.
Now I know 2 cards I'm going to play, but I don't know what else I can. Oh, I know what else I can do. That's right. Duh. Okay, so yeah,
I think
that's right. That's what I.
You, sir, have been a thorn in my side since the beginning of the game.
The card you wanted.
Yes, you have.
Wasn't even.
That was going to be victory points for me. A good amount.
That's.
But that is so. How
So
do
you're
you,
done?
Is it 2? Yeah, 1 to draw 2 cards. Okay, so I'll just have
So
to
I'm
do
getting
that
a
for
gold.
the-
I'm doing a travel action that's going to cost me 3 to get off that space, and it's worth 2 values. So I'm going to go over here, and it gives me 2 more victory points.
You done?
Yep.
All right, so draw 2 cards from the 3 pile, please.
2 coins to move any gold or silver board space that's doesn't have a bonus token.
Gold or silver? So like
These
here.
guys, yeah. No. The ones that don't.
This
have
is not
bonuses.
silver.
It is, but it's the objective places.
But
These
you
are
just said
silver.
these are
These are
objective.
silver objective. These are gold objectives.
Yeah, that don't.
But that's not.
That don't
That's
have
not
a
an
bonus.
objective.
Yeah.
It's not an objective space.
That's cool.
Spend 2 coins to move your scientists to any free village. Sorry, their villages. You can apply this effect either before or after performing the basic travel action.
So it's not an objective; it's a village.
It's a village,
Villages,
yeah.
So then you shouldn't have put cubes on the village.
You guys are amazing. It's fine.
Yeah, no tokens on villages.
Except that it says every space I go through on my
Yeah.
card. So that's a space I went.
I'm gonna let it rest. It's done.
My card says in
Can
every
I
space
draw
I go through.
from?
That's mine.
Let me
Other,
No, I'm right, wrong one.
read mine.
can I draw 1 from the 3 and 1 from the 1 if I wanted to? By
No, I
spending?
think it has to be from the same deck. I think
Okay.
is what it said.
Which place you pass through.
Yeah. Well, it's a village. It's a place I pass through.
Okay. What am I doing with these? I don't even know if they're worth victory points.
Can't imagine.
So, can you reveal that last 3?
Who knows?
Pay 4 coins
Yeah,
to
okay.
place anything.
Not
of
cool.
value,
Not what I
believe.
wanted. All right. Well, that changes things a little bit, does it? No, because that gives me a potion, but the potion is useless. 2 to go anywhere I want. That's one less thing I have to do then. Potions aren't worth anything at the end of the game, right? Can we find that out, please?
I think
Well-
the study and potion to replay.
Potions and gold coins, basically. Is it?
That's what I'm looking for.
That's what I need to do.
All right. Well, I'll do this anyways.
Because you pay a potion to replace a book you're missing.
Yeah, that I get, but I don't take that trap.
That's what I need. So which one of these? So this one, obviously.
Travel, which I have a value of 3 right now. So 1, 2, 3. Pick this up. It gives me 2 victory points and a gold, please. Just 1. And I'll leave my little travel token there.
I don't see anything about coins or potion.
Alright, thank you.
3.
I appreciate you looking into that.
And I get another 5. 2, 3, 4.
Double check.
Yeah, that's fine.
I gotta take my turn now, so.
No, you're fine.
Alright. I'm gonna take 2 victory points and move this guy here. And before I forget again, I'm gonna pay 5 to put another student in play as well.
Done?
Yep.
Work. Work is worth 2. 1, 2. Thank you. And that's what it was worth.
Alright, so this card, I travel, then I get to pay 2 to go to a silver somewhere.
So you can pay 2 and you can either travel first and then move your appropriate spaces, or you can move your appropriate spaces and then go somewhere.
Okay, so if I travel the appropriate space, do I get the bonus there and then move by spending 2?
Double check the rule book.
What's that?
There is, I don't think this is an immediate effect. Doesn't have a lightning.
There's no lightning
bolt.
bolt. No.
So you pay 2 to go to a gold or a silver place, right?
Mm-hmm.
The idea being to go get a token.
Yeah. No, because you can't travel somewhere where there is a token. That's specified in the rule.
Okay.
So the
But
idea
it,
would be,
gets you closer to
if I wanted to spend a travel action, end it here, get my cube, then spend 2 gold to go over here. Am I right? I could do that if I wanted to.
Yeah, I just don't know if you get the cube. You have to read the travel section and see whether or not you get one, because I think it says.
I'm not even going to bother with this because the shenanigans here are getting a little silly. So I'm going to stop there, get a cube.
The travel action only puts cubes, supposedly, on what he described. But my card was the one that's at every place I went to.
Right,
He's
but
ending
he's ending his travel movement there.
Right,
But
so he
now
gets his cube.
but now he's doing the extra
Is
thing
it a
on
travel
his
action?
card, which is an additional pay 2 to move to a spot, but it's not a travel action. So
Here,
yeah.
let me see real quick.
It's irrelevant. I have the movement to get where I need to get to. And that's all that, because I mean Paris is not a objective or whatever not, so it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, so that's. Ooh, am I gonna run out of time here? I might. That'll be worth that much, and that'll be worth that much. Oh boy, that's kind of a problem. So, which one to do is gonna be?
I would say yes, John. You can do it.
Yeah, it's irrelevant anyways because I can't land on Paris, which is where I need to go, and the next travel action gets me there one way or the other. So I was just curious how that worked. If you could, after you're done collecting, putting down your cube,
Isn't
if you
that a
could.
shame?
It says if you finish your movement on the city, you get to place a token, and then the card
Right.
ability of your
So
card
finish
says
your
that
movement, not end your turn.
you can play this effect after performing your travel action.
Sure, makes sense.
So to me, that means
Yeah.
you could do it.
Thank you.
Isn't that interesting? So I'm going to be able to play 3 cards and 3 cards only. Don't believe that's going to do me
Shenanigans time.
any good.
I'm going to play this guy, which allows me to immediately remove this card from the game. And I get 4 victory, please, and 2 gold.
4 victory.
Yes, please. And then I'm going to move in here,
That's a very powerful card.
which is going to let me play Blaise Pascal. I get to immediately move 5 places, ignoring travel costs. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and stop there. Just going to immediately let me play Edmund Haley, which allows me to immediately move my guys 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3. What does that do again?
2 victory points times.
You get 2 victory points, and then you get to move your student per one space
Place
per
per
the
Receive 2
ancient
victory points
ruins.
for a technology basic action of value for each ancient.
Ruins that you visited. Which...
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll take my 2 victory, and then I'll move up there for no real reason.
Okay.
That's me.
But you're ending your move here.
Yeah, but then I get to immediately make another move action equal.
Token. Travel token.
I don't
It's
remember,
not
did it?
travel.
That's traveled there.
Oh, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but I do one there, which is another victory point. Thank you.
Travel token. Okay, over to me, right? Okay, library action for a free gold. I have 2 green, and I'm gonna pay for a missing green and put that right there.
Oh, there is that, isn't there? Not that it'll do much good, but that's okay.
Well, that was 5, so victory points on that.
So me,
Pretty of it. That one's
Gonna
nice. So
move
if I do
again.
those 2, I do that's
1,
worth 10,
2.
or that's worth 8.
Drop
so
off a
it's
cube
pretty,
here.
pretty much.
You know,
Or
you don't
that's
drop
worth
cubes in the middle.
4 and 4, so it's worth 8 either way I do it, so it doesn't really matter.
And that's it. That's Paris.
Not gonna matter.
Oh, and a potion.
And I'd rather do that. Oh, it's actually worth more than that. If I do that one, it's gonna be worth 14. Yeah.
I will move my student 1, which gives me the 2
Victory.
victory points, and then I get to move it 3 because I have 1, 2, 3.
Nice.
But
Do you
I
have the
don't
objective?
have the books, no, so it's gonna just be.
But it's 3 there. 3 more victory
Yeah,
points.
but 3 more victory points.
Which you
Yeah.
took from me, apparently. I was going to be able to get them anyways.
Good. Got to have some competition up at the top
I don't
because
have
the
any
bottom
of
end
those
is
cards.
kind of
I can
lagging.
I can do some points now, but yeah,
Alright.
it's not gonna be enough.
So I'm going to
But
play
I'm gonna
that.
have quite
Earn
a
that
few
with
here.
3
Well,
more
there's
victory
that, but I'm
and
not.
a coin.
I'm not in your ballpark. I don't think. I can
3
complete
victory
another
for
row.
Shelby.
Yeah,
And then
I'm
I'm
going
gonna
to
move
one
for
more
2.
too, but it's also going to
Going
give me another
this way.
MasterCard.
Yeah, that's what I'm. My
I'll
only
pay my
master card.
3 gold for that.
Yes.
And
It'll
then
be the one with the most victory points.
token
Everything
goes
else
there,
I
and
can
get
give
2
us.
more
Yes,
victory
that's
for
exactly
Shelby.
what I'm doing. Is the highest. The one I should have got out at the
That's my
beginning of the
turn.
game as fast as possible because it's a wild card book.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Over to me.
Yep.
Library thing. I have 2 blue, so this goes in the 2 blue spot, which uncovers MasterCard. That one, which is a wild card book symbol.
Okay. You got 2 more turns to put it to good. No, 1 more turn to put it to good use. Yeah,
It's useless.
yeah,
I
well,
mean,
it
I'm not
was-
going to be able to complete any more rows.
that would have
I
been
can't- I
completely
can't get
cool.
it.
You're right. Putting it
I'm
on.
going to spend 5 and roll my last 2.
That's
What are you
Are
doing?
they worth something?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But I know the coins aren't, so
Okay.
You done? Mike's done.
it's a
I-
new time.
yes,
He
I
just did
was
something else. So I was-
And he just did a free action. That's all he did.
I mean, I can do it on my
That's
turn.
cool. All right. So since I visited
Whatever.
the stupid Paris, I am going to go ahead and place a book right over yonder, allowing me to.
So the question is where I
now
am and how
put
much is it going to cost to get
that.
somewhere?
But I'm not gonna hold up the turn.
No, it
You
doesn't
guys can go and figure out what you gotta do. So, what does this do? This fills in 2 rows.
I'm gonna
Give him the rule
copy
book.
my
Oh.
book.
I'm not going to let him read the card or rule book. Let's see what it does.
0
It's
points.
not in. It is instant. Yeah.
That's that for me. Off to
This
you.
should be interesting. I'm going to make sure this works.
I'm going to do another movement for 3. Make sure I got my math right here. Okay. I'm going to go this way. I'll pay 3. And I'm going to pay 5 there, but I'm going to collect this on the way.
Oh, you must meet
So I'm
the
gonna go 1,
requirements. Okay, that's not
2,
gonna happen.
3, and I'm going to pay
So
an
sorry,
additional
but-
2 to drop off an additional cube. So that's 12 more victory points, please. 1 there and 1 there.
Yeah, that's it. I'm about to hit the same thing, so.
2 more for this guy as well,
think.
Shelby. 2 more.
Or maybe, yes.
No more.
Okay.
You've reached max.
Make it a potion.
So if I'm correct about this, when you land there, you spend 2 gold to be putting on a marker on a...
on a circular one.
Yeah.
This one
It's
is
a
the
circular one.
This is the one that's
Okay,
the,
well, as long as
yeah.
I'm not on it, I have plenty of
Yeah.
circular ones I haven't been to.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play the ass hat. Oh, I mean the Joker hat. And move 1, which gets me 4 victory points for being there. Spend 2 gold to put this one on another one. Doesn't matter which one. Which gives me 12 total. Another 8.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
What is this again? Just 2 victory points?
It's
No,
a
2
income.
It's 2 more income.
That's
yeah.
all. So you're worthless. Okay,
So-
you're done, Mike?
Yep.
I thought about seeing if I could loop, but I don't think I can play it.
So at the end of my turn, this is what I would have played because I didn't want to hold up the turn. So that, if I understand correctly, is 3 potions,
Yes, sir.
immediate, 4 victory points, 1, 2.
Those are
No,
counted
that's
at
at
the
the
end.
end.
That's end game count.
Okay, no problem. And at any point in time, I can sacrifice 3 to, to substitute for a requirement I don't have. No.
If you're taking a study action.
You can spend.
Yeah, I will in
3.
a second.
Yeah.
It's my turn now. This
Yeah.
is
Oh,
literally.
okay.
Yeah.
I will in a second spend a study action, but I can spend 1, 2, 3 to get rid of this 3 requirement that I don't have, thereby completing this row. Am I correct?
Yes,
That's
that
correct.
is correct.
And that seems to be the
Can I
best,
see the roll up? Like?
the best action for me
Jeez.
to do. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so we're gonna put this down. So that's 3 green books. That'll be 4 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4. That card that was worthless is now netting me close to 16 points.
And you're going to take your study action?
And I'm
Yes.
gonna take my study action.
Just so you know, you can spend 3 potion tokens in place of 1 university or ancient land space.
You can
And
also
1
play
potion
1
for each
per
missing
each
book.
you want to.
Okay.
Yeah, and he has 3 books on that space.
So,
you
yes,
pay
you can
3.
do that for your 3 missing orange books.
Yeah.
And put your token on that spot. Yes.
I mean, it's another 4.
I was thinking
Yeah.
of
That
this one. You can only do it
yeah.
1 time. That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking of. Sorry.
No, repeatable is, some of them are repeatable.
The travel action they took is the problem because otherwise I would have just repeated this card again and gotten another 4 victory points. But no, you had to take that.
So that was it.
That was the end. So now we come to
End
game.
Is it correct?
He's chilled out. He's asleep.
Oh, and then if you're snoring or moping. We're almost finished. You did well.
Our game ends after the end round phase
Oh,
of
we're
the 6th
gonna
round,
play
so we
the
do not get this stuff again. That's what I was looking up. All right, so you're gonna count up your things. You get victory points for these guys.
Ooh, 4. Alright, so do we want to do this in turn? So stop for a minute.
Take 1 category at a time, 1
Yeah.
person at a time.
So,
Okay.
who's the first player? Start with that.
Me.
Okay,
so
so
11, 2, 3, 4,
Are you doing
5, 6,
MasterCards
7,
first?
8, 9, 10, 11 for the MasterCards.
Is that the first thing on
I don't know.
the...
That's what I'm reading right now. Each player receives victory points for the objective spaces occupied by any piece of their color: a travel cube, a student, or a marker.
So go back 11 real quick.
Okay.
Each player receives victory points for the objective spaces occupied by any piece.
These
of
are the
their
objective
color.
spaces.
Yes.
So who's on these?
Just
He's the only
Josh.
one. He gets 5.
okay.
So-
So he's circling around. He has
Yep.
50, but he's circling around 55. Okay.
Those are the objective spaces.
It says a travel cube, a student, or a marker.
Yeah.
So a travel
You're a
cube.
student.
There's
Yeah,
no
the
travel
travel
cubes
cubes.
on any. It would have been here.
Or
Okay.
over
Okay.
here,
Okay.
down at the end of this track.
Okay, so that's that. Players also see the victory points shown on the master cards they have played during the game.
Okay. So I was at 11. 11. And then you have.
I got 8.
8.
Puts me at 13.
5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 13 sounds good to me.
I have 14.
14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. And
4. Player with the most points wins.
What happened to these?
What about the ones?
You score them immediately then instead of not at the end?
I think we were supposed to score them every income.
As you...
That would have made a huge difference.
Oh yeah, I would have gotten boatloads of points.
Yeah.
You and me, because we were going after this track.
Because it makes sense that when you're placing the income...
And you were the one that's at the end of the game.
There.
They are income.
Yeah.
Every turn. Oh my god.
Yeah, so there's like a ton.
Yeah, because this was
I
completed
was saying
turn
these,
2.
These are the ends what I was pointing at. I was
Yeah. All right. Well, it is a first play, but
Yeah.
okay. So
currently, so you don't collect income in the end of the 6th turn.
No, because it goes. So there's 5 rounds, and then at the 6th round, you don't go to the end of the round. You go to the end of the game.
Well, what's more importantly is
For
that would have
points.
balanced out the income he was making
That's
because
what I was
we
reading.
went after a different type
So
of way
we
of
finished
doing it.
action phase of the 5th round, play one more round, and then you would go to each player receives. You go to here.
Well, you play
The
more
game ends
round.
after
Each
the
round
game-
includes an end round phase.
Yeah, we did 6. That was 6.
Yeah.
The game ends after the end round phase of the 6th round.
Okay, so we get the income from the 6th round.
Yeah.
Just as an example,
So
that's 11, 16, 19, 23, 27 points.
sure.
Per
So
round you
is
would
that
have gotten
per
Well,
round? Is that income?
I just filled two. I filled 2 of
It's
them.
whenever,
yes.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
whenever you.
So yeah, that would have been
had
because
a-
I had this
I
one
mean,
right
I'd
off
have
the
lapped this board a long time ago.
Yeah.
So all right, so
Same.
because this is okay, I didn't complete. Yeah, this one was completed for about 3
That's
rounds.
what the guy was describing on the video that I was
6,
watching, saying
4.
the study can just lap the board.
And you
Sure.
got this
I
one
mean
too,
that's
Yeah.
and I was after it right off the bat.
So was I.
Yeah. Because that's the cards I was getting. They were all books. I'm like, yeah, fill it up.
Yeah, this little spot
Yeah.
right here.
So it
It's just-
sounds like this is the way to play the game.
It
I don't
is.
know if it is the way to play a game, but it's definitely
It's
a better
easier.
way than what I've
Way.
done.
Yeah.
Like than what I was.
So yeah, because I placed these two last in the last turn. So the previous turn I would have got 4, 7.
Yeah, this is the only one I
12.
finished in the last.
Well, but you've
So
had
I've-
this 2 one
this 2 has
filled
been
pretty much
forever.
the whole time. So
This one was also filled
Yeah.
out, so it would have been. This was in turn
Yeah.
2. This was in turn 3.
So it would have been.
So we misplayed the
would have
income
been
phase.
different. So I say
But
we
income,
should.
you say this is victory points. You're right. It is.
Yeah.
That's what. Wow.
Yeah. So I think.
I'm not worried about who won. I'm just that's
No.
a pitfall people need to understand.
It is, yeah. I was just gonna say I think we should stop the stream and do our what we
We
thought
will.
video
Yeah.
to like.
Yep.
Too much going back to the rule book.
Yep. So okay, hang on here. All right, guys, we're gonna pause it for a minute. If you want our thoughts, not that we haven't given you a couple right now, but we'll do the yum
Yeah.
on reroll in just a second. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you guys subscribing. See you later.